Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson. We're doing Monday's video on Sunday because Monday's going to be crazy on the other channel. I have a full order in my life in general. I have a full order of groceries. I have like 4 packages coming to be unboxed on the other channel. So it's going to be crazy town around here. So I figured I would get this done today before I leave for the Historical Society. So I'm going to do the case of Linda Pagano. Linda was formerly known as the Strongsville Jane Doe. She was from Akron, Ohio. She disappeared September 1st, 1974 at the age of 17, and her body was discovered February 5th, 1975. However, it took 44 years to identify her. She died of a how do I put this so YouTube doesn't get mad? A wound in her head from a device that uses fire to throw pieces of lead. Yeah. And due to a clerical error, the bones were never entered into the databases for unidentified decedents. A college student doing her own genealogy rediscovered the remains and posted about them, which caught the attention of amazing forensic artist out of California, Carl Kopelman. Which, I'm looking for my tissue. He drew her picture, and she was identified. I'm sorry. My nose. I apologize for that. He made a sketch, and a connection was made by the Akron police, and in June of 2018, the remains were conclusively identified as being Linda. She was a student at Springfield High School in Akron, Ohio, and was the youngest of 3 children, Michael and Cheryl were her other 2 siblings. She left after an argument with her stepfather, although she didn't run away, I guess. She just, walked out to cool off, I guess, and I don't know she was basically never heard from again. The night before she disappeared, on August 31st, 1974, she actually went to a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young concert in Cleveland with her boyfriend, Steve Wilson, no relation to me. Oh, he threw her out. So I guess he's a person of interest. She was found, like I said, on February 5th, 1975 by three boys who were hiking in a park in Strongsville. The remains were buried at Memorial Gardens in Highland Hills. She is now interred at the Holy Cross Cemetery in Akron. Her brother saw a TV broadcast about the remains and called in and said, "This could be my sister." And they said, "She's too old and she's too tall." They were wrong. In 2016, the genealogist, a college student at Cleveland State, discovered the remains, like I said, while doing her own family research through the cemetery records, and it confused her. So she got access to all the records and made a Reddit post, and from there, Carl created a reconstruction, and when county law enforcement in Cuyahoga reached out through Carl regarding a different case, he asked about the unidentified phones, because he and the student wanted to know why they weren't listed. And they sent him new photos of the skull, and there was a spelling error in the case file. And the bones were added to Nama shortly thereafter. And of course, the potential match came up almost as soon as they were added. Dental records were exchanged as a preliminary comparison, and exhumation of the body for DNA analysis was soon discussed between Strongsville and city officials and medical examiners. After several months of talking about it, they finally exhumed her in October of 2017. Took a while. Her sister Cheryl and her brother Michael provided mouth swabs. In late 2017, the samples were sent to the University of North Texas for mitochondrial DNA testing, and on June 29, 2018, she was conclusively identified as Linda Pagano. Michael met the genealogist, Miss Gates, in person shortly thereafter. Now they need to find her police. Her boyfriend is not considered a suspect. However, I believe the stepfather is considered a suspect. Now that we know who the remains are and the circumstances of her disappearance, it should be a little bit easier to... What? Let's put that in there. I need that for in my poster. Should be a little bit easier to ascertain who did it. Now, is stepdad alive? Probably not. He was a heavy drinker at the time. It was 1974, so you figure he was probably she was 17, and she was the youngest, so in his 40s. I was just saying, don't answer my computer. So yeah, he's in his 40s and 74. That was 51 years ago. So yeah, probably not alive. He would be in his 90s, approximately. Maybe late 80s. So the likelihood is he's not alive. Unless he was a lot younger than the mother. But they don't talk about the mother or the natural father or anything like that. But when you consider she would be 3 years younger than my mother, so she would be about 68 years old if alive today. So yeah, he's got to be in his early 90s if he's alive, which, like I said, is unlikely. He's in hundreds in lifestyle, but and her boyfriend's not a suspect because she was seen the next day, and she's the one that dropped him off. So they were in her car. So he couldn't have transported a body anyway. So yeah, it's not great, but that's what we know. We know who was the last to see her. We know that clerical errors cause utter injustice in the case, truly. So, but thanks to a college student and Kyle Kopelman, the case, well, at least the identification has been made, and we're a step closer to figuring out what happened. I don't think there'll ever be justice because I think our killer is dead, because I really think her stepfather is the main person of interest. And even if she walked out and something happened to her, when he threw her out, that person probably isn't alive either. Or if they are, they're extremely elderly, given that 51 years has passed. So, Will we see justice here? No, I do not believe so. However, I believe the person's already seen justice where it counts before the father. I wouldn't want to have to go before the father with that, but that's me. So, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I do not have a phone number for this case. And I don't think I ever did that actual Jane Doe, because it was never listed. So, have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, this goes up Sunday instead of Monday, because Monday's going to be crazy town around here. I'm excited about it, but it's going to be crazy town. So, because I have to order my monthly food. And I have like 4 packages coming to the post office. So I got to bring my cart, which I already pulled out, down to the post office with me. And yeah, I'm going to have fun. We're going to have fun over on the other channel. So please check it out. Punky's World, link in the description. As always, it's in the what I call the perma links. Those are the permanent links that are on every video. If you've never made a YouTube channel, or at least never made a video on a YouTube channel, there's a place where you can click and write in what you want in every description of every video and save that, and it automatically goes there. It's your permanent links and things like that, which includes my Ipsy link, my Fetch link, well, my Ipsy link, my Fetch code, which I had to change, my, what else? There's a few things there. Oh, my website links and stuff like that. So, and I am canceling my Squarespace because it's just too expensive. So, which is also linked, and I will fix that link at some point. Back to my other, because I never got rid of the other one. So, the other Kidmissing. So yeah, that's the plan. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye guys. God bless you.